Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on this wonderful website known as YouTube.com. Today I was just sitting here at my desk bored out of my mind because Valve still has not fixed CS2 Surf, when I decided, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna go ahead and get on YouTube, see if I can find something entertaining to watch. Spoiler alert, I did. Now while I was sitting here twiddling my thumbs scrolling through the YouTube homepage, I managed to find a video from one of my favorite content creators on this wonderful platform known as YouTube.com, and that is none other than Rev Says Desu. Now as a lot of you may know by now, I have a lot of strong opinions when it comes to things revolving around anime, and that especially is true when it comes to Lolicon. Now I want to preface this video by saying if you're an average enjoyer of anime, that's cool, alright? You do you, I couldn't care less. The specific topic of today's video is going to be about Lolicon. Now if you enjoy Lolicon, fuck you, I hate you. There's a lot more things I wish I could say about people like you, but unfortunately, I don't want to piss off YouTube today. Now with that all out of the way, today's video, like I said before, is going to be about Rev Says Desu. Now a little bit of backstory to this, alright? Rev's video is about a Vice News documentary about the Japanese Lolicon industry. Now I personally have watched this documentary a couple times, and it is honestly pretty good. Vice News is not known for being the best organization out there, but they do have the occasional W here and there. Now the only thing they got wrong, and that's because it's a legal gray area in the United States, is Lolicon being strictly illegal in the US. It is not strictly illegal, it is only a gray area. But other than that, the documentary is spot on with the stuff it covers. If you think I'm wrong, you can go ahead and check out the documentary yourself via the link in the description. Now unlike what a lot of these Lolicons will try and tell you, like Rev Says Desu, this documentary is not a quote-unquote hit piece on the Japanese culture or the manga industry, as it is specifically targeted towards the Lolicon segment or subgroup that is the manga industry. Now with that little bit of backstory out of the way, the title of today's magnificent video is They Normalized Hatred of Japanese Culture. Now that title gives off so much fucking white knight energy, and I'm not talking about like the normal type of white knight, like as in the white knight that goes in defense of some random fucking e-girl or some shit. No, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is the basic ass white dudes or white women that will just call anything fucking xenophobic or racist or normalized hatred towards this culture or this race because someone's criticizing it. It's fucking stupid. Like, I've had fucking white dudes try and rag on me for criticizing Asian culture, which, shocker, I'm part Asian. Which, by the way, that's not me going, oh, treat me differently because I'm a person of color. No, I'm not doing that fucking gay shit. I'm just saying, it's an annoying fucking thing that a lot of white dudes do. And this whole white knight thing is exactly what Rev Says Desu is doing throughout this entire fucking video. It's basically just him coping that someone had the gall to criticize Japan. But with that little side rant out of the way, go ahead and sit back, relax, and let's check out how they normalized hatred of Japanese culture.
Hey, what's up guys, Rev here. So over the years, I've covered many different topics. However, one thing has become more and more clear over time, and it's a problem that can't be ignored. When it comes to social media, journalism, or just the media in general, there is a very glaring problem, and that is the normalization of hatred directed towards anything from Japanese culture or Japan generally.
I honestly find it a little bit funny they're trying to claim that it's becoming normalized to hate Japanese culture, when in fact I feel like it's been the opposite if anything as of recent, considering the fact that a pretty sizable amount of at least Japanese entertainment when it comes to shit like Gundams and anime have become increasingly more popular as time goes on in the Western world. Now if you want to talk about like World War II era of hatred towards Japanese culture, yeah, you got a point, no shit. But in modern day, no. I'm gonna have to press the fuck out of X out on that one.
This is something that has become increasingly normalized on places like Twitter, where racist comments and aggression directed towards Japanese culture and Japanese people is not only being normalized, it is being celebrated. And it's not just being celebrated on social media, it's being celebrated in the media in general. This is a very disturbing trend I want to look at today because there's several topics that I think demonstrate the point that I'm trying to make today.
Yeah, a little bit of a spoiler here, but he doesn't show any actual evidence of racism towards Japanese culture actually being celebrated. Which, oh, I know, shocker. Rev not knowing what he's fucking talking about? No surprise there.
Today I want to start off this video with some very disturbing developments. Now you might have remembered this hit piece released by Vice News earlier this year. So they released a documentary onto their YouTube channel.
Okay, I'll fully admit, this is me being a little nitpicky bitch over here, alright? But how do you fuck up the word documentary? Like, it's not documentary. No one fucking says that. What? Dude's retarded in more ways than one.
They released a documentary onto their YouTube channel titled Inside the Pedophilic Manga Industry in Japan. Now yes, hit piece is the right way to describe this because this documentary is an absolute embarrassment.
I don't know, Rev. I would not be one to call anything an embarrassment when you got a fucking 12-year-old little vampire elf lady as your fucking VTuber avatar, bro. I mean, shit, I'm about to die from fucking secondhand embarrassment over here just looking at it.
it is not only something that spreads misinformation left and right, it is incredibly biased, and it is a hit piece against the manga industry, and it paints the whole industry as something predatory. And it also is something that makes a lot of Japanese people look predatory.
Oh, what's your source in that? Oh, that's right, you're a fucking liar. I genuinely feel bad for the people that actually follow this guy's word blindly as if it's the fucking gospel or some shit. I mean, you gotta have some real room temperature IQ to believe people like him.
Now, let's just give some of the greatest hits coming out of this documentary. There's a lot that was wrong with it, but let's hit some of the most major points. Screenshots like this kind of speak for themselves. They were interviewing people who claimed that certain manga panels were a violation of human rights.
Now, I genuinely can't tell if Rev is being purposefully disingenuous here, or if he's really this fucking stupid. Because if you actually look at the clip that he's showing the screenshot here, you can clearly tell that she's talking about the imagery depicted within the comic book itself. And for those of you who don't know, the pages depict a little girl being forced to do certain things against her will. We'll put it at that, that way YouTube doesn't get too mad. Call me crazy, but I feel like that's pretty normal to say actions like that are a violation of human rights.
And who could forget the fact that the star of this documentary, who had more screen time and platforming than anyone else, was a convicted pedophile.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
You guys know when you have that gut feeling that you're just being lied to? You're like, just something inside you tells you, nah, this isn't true. Yeah, that's the feeling I had. It turns out I was 100% justified in feeling that, as what Rev just said there is completely fucking false. In the sense that he was the main character and had the most screen time. Now, funny enough, the person that was featured the most besides the journalist herself was a pedophile, which I find funny that Rev left out because he's a Lolicon artist. But this manga artist had over 35% more screen time than the quote-unquote main character of this documentary. Now, a little bit of a side tangent here, but I find it a little bit interesting that Rev Says Desu, in his 3 videos now covering this Vice News thing, has refused to make people aware of the fact that this Lolicon artist that Rev Says Desu is on the side of here is a pedophile and makes this kind of art because he believes that he can focus a pedophile's attention onto the Lolicon art instead of a real child, much like himself. Which is a bit convenient that you always leave that out, Rev, considering it would go against your entire argument that Lolicon looks nothing like a child. But you know, it's just another example of Rev being a disingenuous liar.
Was a convicted pedophile who used the defense that manga somehow led to his real-life crimes that he committed, even though in the same breath he admitted that he was already attracted to children before he ever even got his first manga copy.
And that's another tally for not being able to tell if Rev is just chronically fucking retarded or purposefully disingenuous. Because in the documentary, it is clearly stated that the attraction was there before he consumed the content, but after consuming the content, that's when he felt the need to act upon those desires.
And who could forget other things, the absolute disingenuous nature of this documentary, where you can see this is a picture, a screenshot from the documentary, blurred out, where they are attempting to show that this inside of this manga shop is filled with pornographic material, when in reality, this is the uncensored version other people have posted, where there is absolutely nothing that is anything but safe for work, and they use that to try to show this store in a bad light.
Bro, are you fucking blind? I'm pretty sure Helen Keller could see the differences between those 2 images right there. I mean, none of those pieces of artwork are remotely similar to one another. I mean, the one on the left has entirely new pieces than the one on the right. Are you fucking retarded? Well, that's a yes, but you get my point.
Which, by the way, filming inside of stores like this without the permission of the business owner is against the law in Japan, and Hanako Montgomery, the director of this documentary, did just that. So she quite literally broke the law.
Dude, imagine actually caring whether or not someone breaks a minor fucking law like that. That's like getting mad at someone for going 10 over the fucking speed limit on the highway, bro. Like, calm the fuck down, alright? It is no big deal whatsoever. And at the same time, she's a journalist, dude. Journalists do that all the fucking time. I mean, I guarantee you, if someone was breaking the law to record something that aligned with your narrative, you would have no fucking issue with that.
And I think this normalization of hit pieces and negativity unfairly directed towards Japanese people is something that's not just in the media, it's pervasive on places like social media.
It's fucking crazy to me how people like Rev Says Desu over here, or people like Sean Legend, will flip shit whenever you criticize Japan's culture or anything to do with Japan whatsoever. Even when it's actual valid criticisms, like, you know, the rampant encouragement of pedophilic tendencies within the entertainment culture, with shit like Lolicon or underage idols, and one of the worst examples, the JK businesses, where you can pay to fuck underage students. But you know, dumbasses like Rev are gonna be sitting there saying shit like, oh, you're just encouraging hatred of Japanese culture. Like, fuck off, dude. Just fuck off. Now, the latter half of this video, as we are at the halfway mark, is him moving on to him bitching about social media posts because he can't fucking understand jokes. So let's go ahead and see that.
But moving on, here's another example of something being completely benign, something coming out of Japanese culture and getting absolutely attacked by many people. So, as you guys know, with Shigeru Ui, her Lolly God Requiem dance is going across many different ads. Companies are using it to sell many different things, including Lamborghinis, perhaps. So, we have another one posted onto Twitter being shared saying, "Wake up, honey, new car advertisement strategy just dropped." Now, how do you think the quote retweets are going to respond to this completely innocent ad? Well, they're going to get very, very racist and aggressive. So here's one tweet saying they want pedophiles to buy supercars, which of course is slandering not only Shigeru Ui, but also anyone who's a fan of her.
Okay, multiple things here. First off, that's not fucking slander. Like, slander has to be directed towards someone or something, and it wasn't directed towards anyone. Like, what the fuck? Where's the slander in that? And secondly, where the fuck was the racism? You just said I was gonna be racism in here. Where the fuck's the racism? I mean, I was sitting here at least expecting some sort of Japanese or Asian slur, but no, I'm more disappointed than your fucking father.
This one's saying, oh man, one big order of these babies from Epstein coming right up. Because Jeffrey Epstein apparently has something to do with a VTuber, which is absolutely insane.
Listen, Rev, I understand you're a little bit on the slower side, alright? But it's called a fucking joke. I mean, I thought you of all people would be able to understand that, considering you made a tweet complaining that people couldn't understand your weird fucking incest jokes.
Anyways, this person says, if I see someone in these cars, they're getting ran off the road. So threats over this very innocent ad.
If you are one to take general threats like this on the internet seriously, then you're beyond help at this point. Like, you're so fucking brain dead to the point that you probably don't even count as a sentient being anymore. I'm sure a fucking gorilla has a higher intelligence rating than you do.
This person said, this made me so angry, like actually steam is coming out of my ears. This person is that angry about seeing an anime character.
And once again, fucking dipshit Rev over here is unable to understand satire. Now that's pretty much the end of the video. There's nothing really any worth of value beyond this point, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off there. You know, I guess the main takeaway is that if you hate Lolicon, you're just fucking xenophobic and racist. I mean, Rev said it, so it has to be true, right? Bit of a shorter outro this one. I can't really think of any ways to pad this out. I haven't properly slept in like 30 fucking hours, so. I did want to take a quick moment though to thank you guys for 900 subscribers. We are less than 100 now from 1,000. I honestly thought it would take way fucking longer than it has to get to this point, and thank you guys, every single one of you, so much for the support, especially recently on all my recent videos. It really does mean a lot to me. But with that sappy shit out of the way, thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day to check out this video, and if you liked it, leave a like, and if you disliked it, leave a dislike. If you want to see more of this kind of content in the future, maybe even go and subscribe. But at the end of the day, all that shit is optional. Now I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you may be watching this, and hopefully, I'll see y'all next time. Later.